So, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you might remember this tube, and we had a bit of a go at filling it, which it took 47 sovereigns to fill. Now, since then, I've moved to the proper Royal Mint tubes, which, when you buy them from the mint, they come with 25 sovereigns in there. You can fit around about 30 in there usually. And I also got these tubes, which hold 20 sovereigns in capsules. So they're not all sovereigns, but just the same capsules. And yeah, so I've got a bit of a mix there. Anyway, this tube has Gillick's, Machins, and the 4th and 5th portraits. So the 3rd portrait of Liz was not done in bullion, so that was Macloof portrait, and I quite like it, but I haven't got any of the sovereigns actually because those are proof only. So I might pick up a handled proof at some point, but at the moment I don't. So today I have a few new Gillick sovereigns, and yeah, you might notice the Gillick portrait from a few other coins, Canadian dollars for example, and perhaps even some Australian, I'm not sure. Maybe if you're in Australia you might be able to tell us. So Gillick's, yeah, there are 10 available years. The first one is 1957, which I haven't got here to show you. It's not that one. Where are my Gillicks? Is that a Gillick? What date is that? Yes, it is. So yeah, the first year of Gillick's was 1957. This is 1958. This is the second year. And I've talked about Gillick's before. Like I say, there's 10 available years. You can get the first one 1957, 1958, 1959. There are a couple of years missing, and then you're on 62, 63, 64, up to 68. So yeah, these are a nice coin. They're a nice sovereign, and people do just tend to like the young queens, you know, the portraits on them. People just usually prefer these to George's, for example, and Edward's. You know, the colour's very similar. You've got just enough, you know, toning on these to, you know, give that nice colour really. I'm not super keen on the portrait. Like, you look, you've got a bit of a mark on the shoulder of like a bit of definition there, compared to, you know, something like the next portrait, which is, where is it? Got to be here somewhere. There it is. So there we got the next portrait. I don't know. I quite like the design of this one, but it just looks a bit like there's not much detail, you know, in the face. It all is quite smooth. There's a lot of detail in the wreath and the hair, but not so much everywhere else. Whereas, you know, on the other ones, I think it's just a, I don't know, simple but a nice portrait. So anyway, we'll not get too carried away there. But the Gillicks, what's good about those is they were never circulated. So 1957, obviously we weren't using these in our currency, but they are, you know, old enough to still be a nice colour. There's still a bit of history in them, but they haven't been circulated, like I say, so there's no damage, you know, on a lot of them. You can obviously find damaged ones, you know, someone's dropped them or polished them or had them mounted or whatever, but you can just see all the detail, you know, nice coin, beautiful looking design, beautiful coin, and it's not knackered and worn and dinged up, so they're a good option. Since the Queen passed away, they have been a more premium, sort of a bit premium heavy, you know, the premiums have gone up a little bit. And yeah, I haven't got all the dates here to show you today, so these are just some that have arrived this afternoon. Here we go, here's another one. These are just some that have arrived, and I'll take these to the vault once I've basically made a couple of videos and had a look through. I've obviously checked them all when they came in. So you might have seen a recent video, I've got a Sigma tester, obviously weigh coins as well, and yeah, prior to that I used to go to a dealer or a jeweller who has the XRF machines, and one also has a Sigma actually, and you know, if I was not sure about any coins then I would just take them there to test. But you know, nowadays I've got my own sort of stuff, and whilst I'm not a dealer as such, you know, for a sort of relatively small outlay compared to the value of the stack, I don't mind spending a bit on some, you know, some testing equipment here and there. So yeah, that is the Gillick portrait that we've got today. I've got a couple more of those on the way soon. some of the sort of fancier years by chance, the 1957 and the 1959. You will have seen, like I say, prior to this, I have had a full run of Gilliks on one of the videos, so you can dig back for that if you like. And otherwise, yeah, let me know what you think. Are you a fan of the Gillik portrait? What do you think?